Hi again, fellow unlicensed thinkers. There's a couple of reasons why I find this importance being put on pronouns to be really weird. It's just something that's taken off in society, and I don't get it. I mean, well, I do kind of. We'll get to that in part number 2. But if you know who you are, so this is the first one. If you know who you are, then the only reason you need someone to call you by a certain pronoun is to reinforce to you that they also think that, or convince you or whatever that you are actually that thing. Like, it doesn't make any sense. So here's how that would work is most people would look at me and consider me a male. I consider me a male. You might look at me and consider me a woman. Okay, that doesn't change how I think about myself. You're welcome to think I'm a woman. In fact, you can feel free to refer to me as she or it or pancake or whatever you want, which pancake, by the way, there is this new thing called neo-pronouns where apparently some people are going by the pronouns of things or places or whatever. Have at it. I heard it described really well recently. I forget what show it was on, some talk thing on YouTube, but they were talking about how I don't care if you want to be called a particular thing. If that requirement is going to make my life more difficult, I'm probably not going to want to talk to you very much. We have these standards for a reason. They're pretty easy. But again, we go back to, does it matter? Why do you need me to call you a certain thing? Is it because you don't really believe it and you need me to reinforce that for you? Well, again, it doesn't matter. You can call me she or it. I mean, have fun down in the comments. Go for it. Refer to me as she or it or whatever you like. Have fun. Come up with new creative pronouns for me or yourself or who. I don't care. I know who I am. I know how I feel. So what you say makes no difference to me. In fact, it's kind of a fun aside. I've had people who have called me by the wrong name for a long time, and I don't correct them. And then they find out that they've been calling me by the wrong name, and they say, well, why didn't you say something? I'm like, because it doesn't matter. I knew you were talking to me. You knew you were talking to me, I hope. And so what difference does it make if you call me by a different name or a different pronoun? It doesn't matter. I know who I am. So just because you see me as a Corey instead of a Cody doesn't change who I am or who I think of myself as. It doesn't make any difference. It's completely irrelevant. And so again, we have these standards of communication with the pronouns that we generally use and how we generally use them. And so that just makes for easier communication. And so that it doesn't have to, like, I don't have to scroll through my mental Rolodex and say, okay, I'm talking to this person and this person is this and this person is that. And then I have to remember all these things and I'm using up all this mental energy. And then you expand upon that to the whole world using up all of this mental energy to remember these things that really don't matter. They're just people trying to get other people to reinforce something for them, which brings me to point 2. And Jordan Peterson spoke about this, but I'm going to put it my way. And I'm not going to tell you how to speak to me. I'm going to tell you to be polite to me, but what words you choose to use really don't matter. So again, if you want to call me she, I'm not going to force you or try to compel you to call me he. I don't care. You do you. I'm going to do me. I know who I am. So the other reason why you would try to force someone to call you by a pronoun, besides the fact that you don't know who you are and you need this reinforcement from an external source, is that you want to compel someone to speak in a certain manner and to use certain words. And it has been shown that people who speak different languages actually think differently. And, if you go back to the book 1984, George Orwell did a really great job of kind of intuiting this, because this research hadn't been done then. But he knew that when you controlled language, you control the way people think. And you remove free thought and free expression from people by compelling a certain type of speech. And that's not what I want to do to anybody. I don't want to do that to someone. So if your expression is to call me she, have at it. Go ahead. It is not going to bother me, because I know who I am, and I don't want to force you to speak in a particular manner. I want you to be you. I want you to express yourself your way. And so if you think of me as he, good. If you don't, okay. I don't care. I know who I am, and I hope that you know who you are, and that you don't need either that external validation or that forcing of someone else's speech and compliance to fit your needs. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Be sure to hit like and share the video. And again, down in the comments, say something ridiculous. Come up with the most insane pronoun you can for me that won't get this channel banned. Have a great day.